Hey everybody, here we are back yet again with this Compaq Presario V6000 laptop from 2006. It's the oldest laptop I've ever installed Windows 11 on. It's older than the Inspiron 1525. It's older than the netbook that I used previously. Yes, 2006. This thing originally came with Windows XP, and it was deemed as Windows Vista capable. So for example, if we go and look at our settings and go into system information, we're running Windows 11 Pro 22H2. Processor is AMD Turion 64X2 TL50 1.6 GHz. We got 4 GB of memory. We have a 256 GB solid state drive, SATA SSD. And of course, in the previous videos, you'll see where I attempted to install this, and eventually I ended up having to just drop the install onto the SSD from a different computer. And I should note that this computer, of course, does not meet the Microsoft EliteClass mental system requirements for Windows 11, which of course are which is my nickname for the Windows 11 mental system requirements. So the flash drive is set up to have the EliteClass checks disabled using Rufus. So that wasn't the issue that prevented Windows 11 from getting installed on this thing. It was some other weird issue. But anyways, after I dropped the install on here, we was able to complete the installation, and then I had to force the graphics driver on here. And of course, as mentioned, those were in previous videos. But in this video, we're going to be just giving this thing a little test drive. We'll pull up Chrome, and also we'll do Firefox as well. See how this thing browses the internet. So for example, you can see that web browsing is not so bad here. And of course, we're doing a Google search right now, and it's actually not that bad. But it's not the fastest computer for doing, like for example, at startup and shutdown and things like that. You will see some lag. And of course, going to YouTube, you can see we got some lag here. And boy, everything is so big on YouTube when you have just even a moderate sized screen resolution. So we're going to dial this down to about, let's see here, that's 75%. Let's go 80. Okay, so now, for example, things do take a moment to load. But for example, we'll go and watch a video. We'll go to one of my videos that is demonetized. Claims we're not connected to the internet. Here we are. So we'll test out video playback on this.
Everybody, let's say you recently got you a new smartphone, and you're new to smartphones. You may notice that the phone comes.
Okay, so we are playing in 720p.
For example,
and you can see it's downsizing to 480. We're going to force it back up to 720.
tons of stuff. I mean, you have apps for Amazon, and there's tons of other.
So this is a video that I posted way back in 2014, 9 years ago from this date.
Anyways, we're going to show you guys how to actually clean up the apps on your phone.
You can see playback is a bit glitchy at 720. Let's try 480.
Yes, I do shop at Amazon, but yet I don't do much on the phone. I prefer to do it when I'm at the computer.
It's still glitchy.
Of course,
Now it should, it could be the fact that our graphics driver is, well, force installed. Can't be 100% certain if it's the correct one. YouTube playback is hit or miss. Now again, doing a search, for example, again. Basic web browsing shouldn't be that bad. It seems okay. But of course, playback with YouTube, yeah, not so much. But let's try Mozilla Firefox. So we'll do the same thing with Mozilla Firefox. So this is doing the same thing in Mozilla Firefox. For example, we'll go to the channel page on YouTube. Funny to note, everything didn't load so big in Firefox. You can still see playback is a bit slow and a little glitchy, or at least web browsing I meant to say. Alright, for example, let's go and do a search again. Yeah, similar deal. For example, we'll play that video again. It definitely does take a moment for stuff to load. Let's see how playback is on this.
Let's say you recently got your new smartphone and you're new to smartphones. You may notice that the phone comes preloaded with a bunch of apps. For example, tons of stuff.
Let's try 720p.
You have apps for Amazon, and there's tons of other things.
If I were to say, I think Chrome might have been just a tad faster than Firefox.
Anyways, we're going to show you guys how to actually...
And I think this has also been the case on other low-end computers I've done these kinds of videos on. Like, for example, installing, I think it was Ubuntu or Linux Mint on the netbook. I noticed Chrome was definitely a bit snappier than Firefox, because Firefox was the browser that was included fresh out of the box, included with Ubuntu, and I noticed it was pretty laggy, but once I installed Chrome, things were a little better. Alright, so for example, not really going to do too much here, but oh look, it's a oh no, we got a crash. Can't tell what it was. Might have been a graphics driver. Alright, so that's the first blue screen of death I've seen on this thing. But this thing has been a bit glitchy. I mean, you can see it in my previous video where I was installing Chrome and Firefox on this thing and installing updates. It was kind of glitchy. Alright, so I'm going to let it start back up, and then what I'm going to do is do a restart, time it, see how long it takes to start up, and then do a shutdown and start up to time it and fast startup. And again, just to emphasize, we do have a solid state drive in this thing, so the hard drive is not a limiting factor. So although this machine, of course, does not meet the EliteClass system requirements for Windows 11, this is a system you probably should not be putting Windows 11 on, because you can see the experience is not so great. And of course, there are computers out there from 2017, for example, my mid-tower Lux system with its Ryzen 7 1700X, for example, that runs Windows 11 fantastically. Yet it doesn't meet the system requirements, and that's why I've come up with the nickname Microsoft EliteClass minimum system requirements. So, anyways, that being said, let's go and get my stopwatch ready here. And the crash could have been, I'm going to say there's a possibility the crash was due to the graphics driver, because I do question if the driver that's on here is even the right one. Okay, so I adjusted the exposure on the camera. So I should mention the screen on this is kind of dim because it's not an LED backlit display. It's a CCFL backlit display, and I have replaced the display as well as the inverter in this thing to try to get a little bit better performance out of it, and it did help somewhat. But that being said, let's go ahead and do a restart. Hopefully Windows Update doesn't get in the way. I think we're okay. I think we're in the clear for now. So the way this is going to work is once it begins loading Windows, that's when we're going to start our timer. And of course it's going to take its sweet time restarting while my arm is in an uncomfortable position. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see how long it takes. Of course, I'd had a moth land on the screen. That's what happens when you have your doors open. Alright, so it took just under a minute to go from bootloader to desktop with the taskbar. I always tend to stop it when the taskbar is up in Windows 11, because that sometimes takes a little bit longer to load. So, anyways, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and reset our timer. So 56 seconds, 56.25 seconds roughly is what it took. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to shut it off. That way this time we get the fast start up. See how long it takes to get loaded up with fast start up. And that breeze out there, I tell you, it's nice. It's a nice breeze. So that breeze, the wind is actually from Tropical Storm Ophelia. that's making landfall on the coast of North Carolina right now, or probably has by this point. Okay, I think we are shut off now, so we're going to reset our timer, start it up. Now, is this a tad bit delayed there? So it was what, 56.25 seconds for the regular startup. Okay, 37 seconds, roughly 37, 38 seconds, since I was a tad bit delayed. So fast startup did save us close to 20 seconds there. So not terribly bad for a computer that is 17 years old. So yeah, here we have it. A Compaq Presario V6000 laptop with the Turin dual-core CPU running Windows 11. Again, the oldest laptop I have ever installed Windows 11 on. Would I recommend you do this? Not necessarily. As you can see, it's not a 100% perfect experience. We've had some glitches and we've had some crashes. But there it is, boys and girls, running Windows 11 on this old thing. Hope y'all enjoyed this video, and feel free to come back because soon I'm going to do the same test scenario with Windows 10. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video from Cuckoo channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe to the channel and be sure to tick the bell so we get notified of new video posts. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, leave a comment, and share this video as well as the channel with your friends and get the word out. Also, I have a second channel, that's Compaq MTDX. Over there you'll find videos about thunderstorms and weather, cycling, and videos about me personally. Feel free to subscribe over there as well if you like. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for your support.